Hello and welcome to the Theatre Thespians. I'm your host, Dinny Dinsdale. In the studio today, I've got Tegan Devine, who is part of Devine Productions. She is performing in the Drama Festival, and she has written, directed, and also acting in her play group. Thank you, Tegan, for being here. Now, can I ask you, what is involved when you are writing, directing, and acting in the play?
Well, there's a lot involved. It's kind of a lot of back and forward, coming from being in the play to going out to the front and watching and giving notes. It was quite challenging, but because I wrote the play, I had a certain vision of how I wanted it, so that's why I decided to direct it and also be in it.
Oh, wow. Now, tell me a little bit about what the play group is about.
Well, it's about 8 characters in group therapy. Well, one of them's the group leader, so she kind of runs the sessions each week, and the play just takes place on one night of, the group therapy session. So we kind of go through each of the characters and you find out a little bit about them, because there's a new member coming tonight, so that causes a bit of tension for all the characters. They kind of don't like anything to change. So this new girl has come in, which has meant they've all had to kind of introduce themselves and tell her a bit about themselves, which they don't like to do. Right. They don't like to, talk about why they're there.
And how did you actually come up with the concept of the play?
Well, I started writing a play a couple of years ago about a woman who was a therapist, and she had just one-on-one sessions, and I was going to have the story kind of that all the characters ended up intertwining. But then I decided it would work better if it was more, they were all in together. And I went to New York recently and did some Meisner training, and within the training we did a lot of group therapy exercises as an acting exercise, and it was just like, I was just really interested in it, and I thought, this could make a really interesting play.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the characters that are in the play. I know that you mentioned just briefly just before, but what do you think was there a certain, when you wrote the play, did you have like a certain kind of like character to be put into the whole thing?
Yeah, I guess the central character was Harriet, who's the group leader. And I originally wanted her to be really quirky and happy and kind of the lightness in the play. But then I decided I wanted her to have a past. So it kind of gets revealed that she had a really terrible past, and she went through a lot of stuff before she found group therapy and then decided to be a group leader because she was so inspired by it. Oh, wow. So she's kind of she's always trying to give hope and being the positive person in the group, but there's also an element of she's been through a lot, so everyone has respect for her there.
So it sounds like there's some really kind of strong messages.
Yeah, definitely. And I had a lot of trouble because I didn't want it to be a negative message, but I didn't want it to be, the world is kind of perfect. So it kind of has a positive message at the end, but it's definitely not we're all going to be fine. It'll take a while, but we're all here for each other. So yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, did you face because it is a big task to be directing, writing, and acting in it?
Yeah.
Was that quite challenging at times for you?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like I was more focused on the other actors and what the show was. What it was looking like and if the message was coming across. And then I forgot to also focus on my character, who I play a character called Carly, and she's just recently lost a baby at childbirth, and her husband left her. So she's very emotional and kind of out of everyone in the group. She's not very popular because she believes that she is above everyone else there because the other characters are suffering from alcoholism and drug addiction and gambling, and she feels like her problem, it wasn't her fault what happened to her.
Right.
Yeah, so it was hard to kind of break that focus between working on my character and working on the play. But yeah, I think we've done it. We're there.
Yeah, awesome. What do you find? Are you drawn to directing plays yourself, or do you like being sort of in front on stage?
Yeah.
What is your...
I think I have more of a passion for being on stage, and I found I was always looking for someone to give me some direction because, you know, as an actor, you like to have your own thing, but you like to be guided through it. And so I feel like I will eventually do more directing, but I think I will stick to acting for a while because it's definitely where my heart is. Yeah.
Oh, great. How long did it take to write and get the whole show together?
Yeah, I wrote the play in January, and I think it was about, when we started rehearsing, we started with draft 1, and I think we got up to about draft 7. So it was like a long, and so the whole play was kind of a group effort because I let the actors kind of do a lot of improvising, and I'd just have my pen there kind of taking anything down, and a lot of the really great moments in the play came out of improvisation, and I just, you know, wrote them down. So I really should give credit to the whole cast because they really helped create what it became.
Awesome. Yeah. So it's like a whole creative thing together.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's important when you're doing a play, like actually taking and accepting other people's ideas as well. Yeah.
I was really open to any kind of help because the whole cast are really talented and they have a lot of experience. So I definitely wasn't like my way or, you know, I really let everyone kind of have their say. And you know, at the end of every rehearsal, we kind of have a bit of a debrief about how everyone's feeling and with their characters. And I think it helped get everyone where they're at now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And with the drama festival, because it runs for 10 weeks and you're involved in it for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
How did you actually find out about the drama festival?
Well, I did it a few years ago. I was in a play directed by Jo Pearce. She's involved with the Brisbane Arts a lot as well. She's a lovely director, and yeah, she introduced me to the whole festival, and I just really loved it. It's a really great community, like lots of actors and directors and creative people, and the whole process was really supportive. You know, everyone's really happy for each other, and yeah. So then I did another play with the festival for the next couple of years, and then I decided this year to enter my own play into it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Now, there's already been a show at the Arts Theatre, which is on the 29th on Friday.
Yes.
But you've got another one coming up on the 7th of August, which is at the Crate Street Theatre at 9:30 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you have another one at Ipswich at the Incinerator.
Yes.
And that's the 13th of August at 7:45.
Yeah.
How much is it to go?
You can get tickets for $10 to $15, and that buys you a ticket to the entire session. So our session on the Saturday night at Ipswich, there'll be 3 or 4 plays. So if you come, you sit and watch 4 plays, and then afterwards there's adjudication, and you find out which plays win, because it is a competition. There's awards for best play, best director, and all of that. So it's a really great night of theatre. You get to see lots of different things, and and it's pretty cheap.
That's awesome. Congratulations, and I'm sure that it'll go really well.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right, now we're going to go off to, after the break, we're going to go, Emma is going to talk to Gregor Post, who is part of the Under the Radar Festival.